Yeah, it's Saturday. So Shane left out the house.
This is my first real Saturday.
Right. And told Quana that he was going outside to fix the car. This man is not mechanically inclined. Well, you know what? He might have studied on YouTube for a minute because he was going to take the car to Dodge.
Why is it cold out here?
It's always a little chilly in the breezeway. But I had to, one of my neighbors coming out. He said he was going outside to work on a car. And I said, no, he taking the car to somebody. Let's see who's right.
He out here, I told you. Oh wait, he about to leave.
I told you. Good thing we ain't make no bet on it. Oh wait, he might be trying to see if it's fixed. You getting ready to leave to take the car to get fixed?
Nah, I did it myself.
See, I told you. Now give me $50.
Give her a goddamn money.
Give me $50. I said Shane went outside. I said Shane went outside to go fix his car. Oh, and it worked. Up and down. I said Shane went outside to go fix his car. She said no, he didn't. He went to go pay somebody to do it.
I said he is not mechanically inclined.
No,
I mean, he's going to get in the car and take it to somebody.
I'm gonna go see what Shane doing. She's like, he ain't out there. Watch.
You did? Y'all.
I did it for $25. I just dropped the video on.
My bag.
That's what you get.
My bag. I really thought he was taking it to somebody.
Don't it work?
She was talking so much.
Let me see. Now this is what he fixed.
She said.
Hold up. Let's get the whole video now.
She said.
She's the old box.
She said we are more mechanically inclined than Shane.
I know, rolling the neck and everything,
Yeah,
right?
She, what she telling?
Shop.
Yeah.
So snitch. Oh, snitch.
Cause I had your back, Shane. I said
Thank
he gonna go fix it by himself.
Thank you.
And she said, no, you ain't.
Look, here's proof so you can show you.
He did that. People always talking junk. Take my butt back in this house. Finish my nails. So he did fix it himself. I'm proud of him. Shane to take the car to a mechanic in a minute. They would have charged him $300 to do that. Knowing it was a $20 fix. Anyway, y'all was on the balcony doing my nails. I was gonna put tips on and I decided not to. I was gonna give myself a manicure, polish my nails. Let me get back out here. I haven't had nails or tips on since I left Virginia. And I was gonna do them myself and change my mind. Then I started painting my nails and was doing a terrible job. I was like, no, I'm not walking around with my nails looking like this. So I decided to take them off. But while I'm taking the nail polish off, which is seeming a little difficult, I decided to talk to y'all. Then we're gonna have a sit down. We're gonna have a chit chat. So I've been back home. Where is today's date? Today is November the 12th. Almost a month, because I got home October the 18th, 17th, 18th, somewhere around there. So I've been home almost a month. And I've had some time to sit down and just really think about my time in Virginia and the things that I experienced and witnessed. And let me just say this. I think I've said this on this channel more than once, that I grew up in a very dysfunctional, abusive household. That's how I grew up. So there are things that are normal in my family because of the dynamics of my family. That being that I no longer function in that mindset, and I'm outside of the toxicity of the connections, the dysfunction of my family, and just being able to have a different viewpoint of how my family operates. I learned a lot about myself. A lot. When you operate outside of dysfunction and toxicity, your viewpoint of everything is different. Of everything. And it challenges you because a lot of things were your norm. Especially in your family dynamics. Let me just say this. I've always felt like the black sheep of the family. Always. I've always felt like that I was an outcast. I was an outlier. I never felt a part of my family. I felt like it was them and then me. Especially when my mom's husband was alive. Especially then. Because we did not get along at all. At all. Especially me as an adult. And I remember after he passed, I asked my mom, why didn't he like me? Because my mom met this man when I was like 2. And she said, because he couldn't break you. He could not break you. That's why he didn't like you. So, to be raised by a pygmy is another thing I have overcome. Changing that mindset. That a piece of man is better than no man. That if a man can take care of the bills at home, just give him peace. Even if he bringing you chaos. Let him cheat in peace. As long as he can pay your bills. Put food on the table. That's what I kind of learned from being raised by a pygmy. Yeah. Piece of man is better than no man. That's what I learned. And I definitely had to change that whole mindset. Especially when I got with this one in here. Because I had a little bit of a pick-me attitude or mentality. Like I had to prove to him that I was worthy of being loved. Me and this man went through some stuff. Because when we got together, he was 23. I'm 5 years older than him. So we went through some stuff. And he always said he loved me. He just was like, I'm just like this, it was almost like he wasn't willing to change. So I was like, you know what, I'm out. I don't need no man that's bad. I watched my mother do this mess. And that's when he realized that he was raised by a misogynist. Because Shane was raised by his father. So you have 2 people coming from traumatic, dysfunctional backgrounds, trying to figure out how to love each other. And to love each other. Love ourselves. Which one?
You want to tell me what I want?
What I said? What you want? What are you talking about?
Why are you acting?
So this is the shit I'm talking about right here. Like this the stuff I'm talking about. Like
I'm good enough.
I'm giving you praises and you gonna come out here throwing shit. Now say hi.
It's upside down. Hi.
It's not upside down.
It is upside down.
It's not upside down. It's the thing.
What up, peoples?
Don't talk to him, y'all. He on timeout right now.
I'm gonna put this in the freezer and put the other stuff away. I ain't mean to bother you. I didn't know you were shooting a video. Well, Corona said you were shooting it, so I did it on purpose.
See what I'm talking about? They're talking junk about. I can hear. Anyway, so my daughter's staying with us until her apartment is ready. I think she's gonna be here through Thanksgiving. I've been back from Richmond for about a month. And there are a lot of things that I've come to consensus with. One is, I've always felt like I was the black sheep of the family. This last trip to Virginia confirmed it. And I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I'm not meant to fit everywhere and with everybody. And you shouldn't either. You shouldn't try to fit everywhere and with everybody because then you lose yourself. You sacrifice yourself. And you don't want to do that. Trust me, I've done it. Coming back to San Diego, I realized I didn't quite fit in with my family anymore. And the reason being is when you no longer operate in a dysfunctional environment, your viewpoint is different. So when you operate in toxicity and dysfunction, you have a very skewed viewpoint of reality, and you can be easily manipulated. But when you operate outside of that, you see the reality of things. Anyway, I know every time my brother called and said, I need you to come over here, I need your help with Mom, I was on the plane over there. I was on the plane, I was like, I'm out, I gotta go over there and help. Well, in reality, I didn't have to go. I wasn't obligated to go over there. There was really nothing that I was doing outside of taking some of the weight off of my brother's shoulders. And with that being said, I found out I wasn't really being appreciated. I was just being used. I've said this in one of the vlogs, I don't remember which one. I think my brother wanted me to be over there to be silent, agreeable, and controllable. And that's just not who I am, not anymore. When I operated in this dysfunction of my family and the toxicity of my family, trying to be accepted by them, yes, that's who I was, because I didn't want to disagree, because I didn't want to ruffle their feathers. I wanted to make sure that they understood that I was worthy of being loved. So I always put myself in a position where I was sacrificing myself or my children, putting us in very vulnerable situations with my family. Yeah. I wish I would have learned the lesson that I learned now back then, because my children would have never been exposed to my family, and that's the harsh reality of it. My children would have never been exposed to my family. Maybe later as adults or later teens, I'd have said, this is my family, let me introduce you. But I would have had to give them a breakdown of why I felt it was better to protect them from my family. I didn't get that lesson. So me and my children were on a healing journey. Are on a healing journey. Y'all hear my daughter that sing? Anyway, I don't think anything happens by coincidence. I don't think anything happens that shouldn't happen. I think everything happens for a reason, and there's a lesson to be learned in that situation or occurrence. If you don't get the lesson, you're going to get, that lesson will be given again, over and over and over and again, until you learn. I went to Richmond 3 times before I learned it was not necessary for me to run over there. I was not appreciated when I was over there, and they expected me to tolerate a lot of things that I don't tolerate on my day-to-day basis over here. Like, I operate outside of toxicity, so my viewpoint is no longer skewed with me trying to figure out how to fit in. I don't care to fit in with toxic environments, in dysfunctional settings. I don't care to fit in. I don't want to fit in. Now, let me say this. I don't think my family don't love me. They love me the way they know how to love me. And that's it. That's all, and that's it. And I love my family, but I love me more. So I'm not in a position anymore, or in a mindset anymore, where I feel like I have to sacrifice myself to prove to my family, because I have nothing to prove to them. I grew up in a very toxic family, so it became survival of the fittest. And I think my family realized early on that I was good at surviving. But one of the things that helped me get through a lot of my struggles, a lot of my difficult times, a lot of my challenges, my life's motto is, I was built to survive the struggle, but I'm made for success. So I'm going to overcome any challenges or obstacles that I go through. I'm going to overcome it, because that's just who I am, and that's how I'm set up, and that's how I'm built. Because I was told for so long that I wasn't going to be anything. I was just told the most disgusting things as a child. Like that I was never going to amount to anything. So the thing that I fought for was not to let those words be my reality. I have 3 sons. None of my sons have criminal backgrounds. Not one. My youngest son actually is a mechanic for Navy ships. So I pride myself in that my children are very good people. They're all around good people. Growing up around my family, that may not have been the outcome. That may not have been the result. The results of these children transitioning into adults. I just don't know that if my children would have evolved into the adults they are if I would have stayed around my family. I'm glad I do see things differently, and I no longer feel the obligation or the need to run over there. If you are in a dysfunctional, toxic family, and you notice that you're the only one that's always giving, you might have to take a step back and evaluate, do some self-start, take a reality check. Because my reality is, and was, that I was always running to my family's rescue, but nobody was running to mine. How could I truly expect people who didn't fully accept themselves to accept me? So that would have been a never-ending battle. And that would have been me constantly giving, and giving. Thinking I was receiving love that was never there from the beginning. Because like I said, my family know how to love me the way they know how to love me. And that's all, and that's it. So it's up to me to love me. It's up to me to appreciate me, and it's up to me to value me. I can't rely on others to do that. That has to come from me first. And being that I've learned those lessons, I understand how this is playing out. Oh, call her, she'll come. And here I come running. Not no more. Oh, call her, she'll do it. And I do it. Not no more. Not no more. So I've set stronger boundaries around me. Because sacrificing is not what I'm willing to do anymore. If you're in a situation where you find yourself constantly giving, and nobody's giving you, and you can't run to anybody when you need rescuing, stop giving. Y'all, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my nails. I think I'm gonna leave them like this. But I am going to end this here. I will talk to you guys later. Till next time, we're keeping up with Daz. I don't know what I'm gonna do with my nails. I'll figure that out later. But I'm ready to go in the house. Bye, guys.